Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, October the 11th, 2022. Tuesday, October the 11th. Today was a pretty good show. The end, really good. I'm going to get to that at the end. But I'm telling you, Trevor St. John just spices things up. I love every scene that he's in. I just love it. First, before I get started, everybody, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscriptions are starting to roll in. So I guess when I say it, then you remember to subscribe. So please, if you are coming back and you have not, if you come to this channel twice, now's time for you to subscribe. Now's the time for you to subscribe. But let's dive right in. I'm gonna dive right in with it's too cute. We have the ladies getting together. We've got Nikki, Phyllis, Ashley. They're getting together to compare notes. Phyllis is so funny to me. Her expressions, just she is too cute. She was talking to Jack and she looked at him because she got a text and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go." And he just looked at her like, "Wait, huh?" She was out of there. And so when he saw Summer later, Summer says, "Have you seen my mom?" He says, "She's into something." He said, "Look, your mother got a text. Your mother looked at her phone and she had that look in her eye that only Phyllis can get when she's getting into something. So she's gone, but I don't know what." Summer's like, "Look, I'm too happy to even think about that, to go down that path." Oh, so then they just were talking about her happiness with Kyle and blah, blah, blah. And Jack's known her from the day she was born. And of course, he delivered her in an elevator, period. Okay. He thought she was his child till it come to find out it was Nick's. But anyway, back to the ladies. So Ashley said, Nikki said, "Well, look, let's give you an update." And Phyllis looks at Ashley, or Ashley says, "What have you ladies been up to?" Phyllis looks at her. She goes, "Well, Nikki and I, Nikki and I have been doing the heavy lifting. And what have you been doing?" you know? And Ashley's like, "Well, what have you done?" So they give Ashley their little rundown on the Bentley, and they feel there's a correlation between uh, Trevor and Diane and the whole 9 yards, right? So, well, I mean, I said Trevor, that's the actor's name, Tucker, and Diane. So they're, wow, okay. And so Phyllis is like, "And what have you done?" you know, and Ashley's like, "Well, I've got some news too. I met with Tucker earlier." And they're like, "Oh, really? What'd you find out?" "Oh, he was just talking about it. He was trying to make amends with me. He's really trying to reconnect with me, but that's not going to happen." And blah, blah, blah. And Phyllis looks at her and Phyllis says, "Well, wait. Okay. Now we know what your job's going to be. Now we know." Because she goes, "Well, I pretty much shut him down." Phyllis like, "Oh, no. See, Nikki's taken some risk. I've taken some risk. Now it's your turn." So Ashley's just looking like, But quite frankly, she's intrigued enough to happily do it. She really is. And I'm telling you, the actress that plays Ashley is aging very well. Wow. She is gorgeous. Man. Okay. So anyway, that was really cute with the ladies. Now we have Victor with Michael drinking. And I didn't like Victor with Michael. I've got the sun starting to come through him. Anyway, I didn't like Victor with Michael because Victor's just point blank, "Oh yeah, we're getting ready to get involved with some insider trading, and I want you to school Victoria." And Michael's like, "Wait, whoa. You do know that's illegal, right? And you want me to teach Victoria about, the legalities of it, and you're not trying to have me teach her how to escape or usurp the law. Remember, I used to be the district attorney. And Victor looks at him and he goes, look, I just want you to mentor Victoria. Bottom line, you're the best. And my boy, you have been around the Newman circle long enough. You know what I expect. You know how we operate. So yeah. And Michael's like, that's what I'm afraid of. But yet, guess what? Michael sipping back, drinking. Michael's gonna work with them on what not to do, what to do. I just shook my head and I said, Michael, you cannot stay out of trouble if your life, you will let Victor lead you. It's one of those, hey man, listen, I'm going to go rob this bank over here. I need you to drive the getaway car. Okay. Oh, you're not good at driving? Okay, look, I need you to be in the back seat of the car and I need you to be one of the lookouts. Okay. I'm going to go in, but I need you to be a lookout. And you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Because you're going to tell us when it's time to drive, right? Oh my goodness. Victor could care less who and not just Victor, the Newmans themselves. They could care less who they use and abuse and hurt. See, I'm not going to stop the camera to redo my blinds over there, but this is going to bug me the whole time. So look, just ignore it, okay? Because I'm going to try to. So needless to say, I just shook my head and I thought if Lauren knew what was happening, Lauren would have a fit, period. Lauren would have a fit. So we have Diane coming into Jack's office, right? Diane's coming in. Diane is that Tucker McCall, this, that, and the other. Oh, she's so up in arms, and how tactless it was him coming in and interrupting the crashing the wedding and this, that, and the other. But listen, we all can't trust that Tucker McCall. So listen, we all need to make a pact not to listen to anything Tucker McCall might say, because he does not tell the truth. Now, mind you, Kyle met Diane at Society, and she's like, what's going on with you? And he's like, oh, just a lot, stuff on my mind. She goes, I know, probably that Tucker McCall crashing your wedding. Don't worry about it, honey. Don't worry about it, this, that, and the other. And he goes, you know what? Phyllis said, found out. Phyllis said this, that, or the other about you and Tucker, and isn't it a coincidence? And she's like, wait, what? And she's like, but she didn't tear into Phyllis like she normally tears into Phyllis. And I was wondering, okay, she was pretty much trying to get Kyle to change that story, right? So he says, Mom, I just need to hear it from you. Is there something you haven't told me about your time in LA? Is there something you haven't told me about Tucker McCall? I want to hear this from you. So what does Diane say? No, there is nothing. Nothing is going on. Oh, so she just swears up and down. He goes, good, because I believe you. He wants to believe her, right? Which is why when it all comes out, Kyle is going to be so hurt. So hurt. Okay. Well, needless to say, Diane's overboard reaction to Tucker. Jack is just sitting back in his seat and he's just, why are you reacting this way? He's watching her and her reactions and everything. And I thought, good job. So we have Noah. This is earlier before Nikki and Phyllis meet up with Ashley. Earlier, Ashley finishes her conversation with Tucker, And he gives her this gift, some old ugly something or other it was, from some momentum from their love, their time together. And she goes, I couldn't possibly take it. He goes, no, Ashley, no, it's for you. It's for you. She goes, fine. So she takes it. And he's like, this is not the reaction I quite expected from you. And she's like, what did you expect? You wanted me to hear what you had to say. I've heard what you had to say. And what else? And he goes, I just wasn't expecting this. I mean, I could understand, anger, just anger, because that would mean, anger, that emotion, that means you still care at least. And he goes, but this I'm not expecting. She goes, what? Indifference? She actually said another word. And he was like, yeah, that's hard. And she goes, well, would you prefer indifference? He goes, oh, no, that's worse. She's like, let me tell you something, Tucker. I moved on a long time ago. A long time ago. I don't have emotions where you're concerned. You don't come up in my thoughts. Haven't in years. Because really what she's trying to say, had you not come back to town, I would not be thinking about you today, man. So anyway, she let him down nice and easy and says, he shows him, she ushers him right out the door, peacefully, nice. And she closes the door, comes back into his gift, kicks out the trash can a bit and drops it right in there. Like, I don't want that. Get out of here with that crap. Right? So Nikki, Noah calls Nikki because Noah, you remember, ran into Allie earlier, and he had told Allie, you know what, just your stay in town, avoid me. Just avoid me. So he calls his grandmother and says, hey, you know what, I ran into Allie at the coffee house. But the thing, and I think this was yesterday, I think I'm bordering in on yesterday, because they just continued on yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday with Devon and Audrey at the coffee house. And he goes, I was there with her earlier. And I'm thinking, was she supposed to be there all day, Noah? You were there in the morning. Audrey went to work, had a meeting. Audrey went to the coffee house with Devon later that afternoon. How you know Audrey's still there? So Nikki goes, thanks for the update. So she tells Phyllis, because she and Phyllis had their heads together at the park, right? She tells Phyllis, okay, Audrey is at the coffee house. Noah just told me I'm getting ready to go there and see what I can find out. Nikki's on a mission. Okay, she's on a mission. She gets to the coffee house and she goes, excuse me, aren't you? And so Audrey looks at her, you're Nikki Newman. I'm Audrey Child. And she goes, look, you're a legend. I have followed your career. You're legend. I mean, you're inspiring. And I just followed you from afar. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Nikki just started working for Newman really pretty much a year ago. What kind of career are you following? Well, okay, before that, she was with New Hope, but Nikki has done nothing legendary. Okay, so she is full of crap, right? Just smoozing. And so Nikki says, hey, let's sit down. You also know my grandson, Noah. Yeah. And then they're chit-chatting, and Nikki brings it back around. When you guys were in London, right? Yeah. Noah says you're an artist as well. See, they had to tie that in. They had to, because she was an artist. And so she says, yes, I was an artist, but sadly, it really wasn't paying the bills. And I ended up to make my parents happy. I went to business school and I got my degree, right? So she says, oh, okay. She goes, but didn't you work for a place called what is it, Private Beauty, or whatever the name of that beauty is? I think it's No, Private Image was the name of the Bentley place. Wild Beauty was the name of the company that Audrey worked for. Didn't you work for Wild Wild Beauty? And she says, yes. And so she goes, wow, how, what was that like? And so she goes, oh, it was a nonprofit organization that I worked for. They helped fund or promote new artists, Oh, that is so, wow. What a remarkable place. You know what? I might need to, donate money to this cause. That sounds like a worthy cause. And so they're talking, and I just, trying to be the smooth professional, Oh, with Noah, she's slinking and hello, and then at the club, but no, she's starched here, right? So Nikki says, hey, you know what? It's interesting that you're in town and there's some other people you might want to know. Since you said you know the who's who in business, we've got Tucker McCall. He's a who's who in business. And Audrey just, her face gets straight. She doesn't give it away, but her face just kind of gets straight. And she goes, did you know him? Did you know Tucker McCall? Did you know any of, in Wild Beauty? Did you know, any of the owners? Did you meet any of them? And she's like, well, no, not on my level. And then Nikki brings up Tucker, and she's like, So that kind of gave Nikki some more ammo, some more information, right? Like, okay, I see we got something with that, right? So we have Tucker is now walking into his his hotel room, throws his keys on the desk. And who do we see walking from the bathroom area? Okay, so that means she's got keys. She's got keys to his room. We see Audrey. She walks in front of him, and I'm telling you, her whole demeanor, that to me is going to be his daughter, looking to prove her daddy, looking to prove herself in her daddy's eyes, looking to do whatever he want her to do, right? So what that means is that's going to end up being Devon's half sister. I see that coming, but we shall see. So Tucker opens himself a club soda or sparkling water, and he's talking to her, and he says something, and then he looks at her and he goes, okay, so what's going on with the IPO? How's it going? And she says, it's coming along. It's coming right along. And, she's reporting to him. And I said, I knew it. I knew she was reporting to him. Now, what we don't know is Jill involved in all of this? Did she reach out to Tucker for Tucker's help? We shall see, because somehow Jill got Audrey's name. How could she find her? Right? And what a coincidence, Audrey's connected to Tucker. So that's going to be really, really good. I mean, I'm liking the way that's shaping up for Young and the Restless. Good job. You've captured my interest, right? So now let's go to Comment Corner. We have Annette. She says, Audrey will find dirt on everyone. Audrey's not necessarily looking for dirt. Audrey is there for a specific, the one that I think was looking for dirt was that reporter, the chick writing the book. That reporter chick writing the book. She's looking for dirt. Audrey is there for a specific reason that Tucker has put her there for, period. Dito says, I feel the show is starting to put a few not so top storyline characters on reoccurring status. I know Michelle Morgan, that must be Amanda, has decided to take reoccurring status. Horrible storyline for her anyway. Hillary's twin. Oh, now I'm finding my mother. But after seeing after seeing a day, I had after seeing a day, I had episode. I'm wondering if Elena is next. Yeah, Elena doesn't have a real big storyline. She really doesn't. And I can't see them now putting Elena and Devon back together again. That's back and forth, back and forth. Even though, believe it or not, in real life, the actress playing Elena and the actor playing Devon are together. They are a couple. They live together. Um, I'm wondering if Elena is next. That's not spoiling anything. No, it's not spoiling anything. That's some healthy speculation. Okay. I'm just saying that maybe they're cutting back a little so that they can afford to bring back characters from the past for the 50-year anniversary. I want Devon to catch Nate. I am so anxious for all of this to blow up in his face. Me too. Because he doesn't have anything in writing from Victoria. That is a loophole that the Newmans use a lot. They really do. When you got that in writing, you can't prove anything. Business 101, get it in writing. Okay. Mm. School's in session. So, LOL, I want Ashley to go ahead and string Tucker along. That would be cute. It should be entertaining to watch. I think so too. So great to see that Libby posted. Yes, it was, Libby. Stay in touch. So glad you are safe, sister friend. That's Deedles talking to Libby. And then Robin said, Johnny and Connor represented for the children and saying the right stuff to Chelsea. Yes, they did. Phyllis, Nikki, Ashley work good together. They're funny together. When the truth comes out about Diane's connection with Tucker, it will hurt Kyle and Jack. Kyle gave Diane a chance to tell him, but she lied. Oh, of course she was gonna lie. That's Diane's MO, liar, liar, right? So thank you for your comments. Great comments. Great, it was a good day today. I mean, things move. We got some revelations of who knows who. We've got some things going on here. So I'm really happy with today's episode of The Young and the Restless. I'm looking forward to Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless. So I will be back tomorrow.